My name's Jeff. Alright, if I just do this and there we go. My name's Jeff. Alright, there we go. Well, that all sounds good. Okay, name of Jeff. I want to die. Alright, sorry, let me just stick that link. That's not what I fucking wanted for. Alright, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so whoops. Sound alright, right? Yeah. Guys. Why do you have sound off of your YouTube? How are you meant to hear me read the script if you have the sound off? Are you... Alright, you're listening to Discord. Mute Discord a second. Listen to YouTube. Do I sound fine? Oh yeah, I'll just go off. Alright, whatever. Jesus, I didn't... I mean, I said I'd do it at 10, so I've got technically another minute or whatever. You know, just... Alright, so... Let me just start now. Okay. It's almost 10. Video's unavailable. What the heck? You know, I'm just gonna leave Discord. Shh. Alright. Oh man. I need to really actually get good at this. Gooder even. Okay, let me just... I'm gonna now go, yeah, Mexicans aren't allowed to watch this apparently, I guess. I'll just get into it. Fade in, next space. A small planet glows in the light of its sun. Suddenly, we hear a loud rumble and see a thick electronic mist behind the planet. Then, the electronic mist begins to engulf the planet, and we hear the horrible sounds of destruction, almost like somebody or something is eating it. Pushed down to Ext, the near side of the planet's surface, strange robotic creatures scramble around the planet in a wild panic. It looks like Pompeii must have looked as sorry, I don't speak French. Vesuvius erupted. Angle on one of the creatures. Tracking. The creature's Krenix. We will meet him later on in a very different context, but for now he is running from the ever-growing mist that threatens to engulf him. Another angle. The panic. As Krenix runs, another creature, Arblus, calls to him. Arblus. Transform and flee, Krenix. You must warn all you meet of the horror of the Unicron. Unicron, yeah. Suddenly, the pitiful creature is surrounded by the strange energy cloud, and it looks like its body is simultaneously caught fire and being doused with acid. Krenix. Arblus, no! Angle on Krenix. The mist threatens to engulf him too. Transforms into a small rocket ship and track with Krenix as it takes off. As we rise higher and higher in the atmosphere, we see the horror wrought by the hideous and still mysterious Unicron. The planet cracks like an egg and rivers of lava leak out. The energy cloud surrounds it and dissolves everything. I'm in chat just so that you can hear, since it's not working for Mexicans or whatever, I don't know. Sorry. Dissolves everything, and when the smoke clears, we get our first look at Unicron. It's horrifying, a massive metal orb with a gaping maw and a field of electricity. Pan forward to show that this hideous planet is on right collision course with moons orbiting Cybertron in deep space. There are 2 mechanistic moons orbiting the huge planet Cybertron, but we are most concerned with a small greenish metal one. Narrator. It is the year 2005. The treacherous Decepticons have conquered the Autobots' home planet of Cybertron, but from secret staging grounds on 2 of Cybertron's moons, the valiant Autobots prepare to retake their homeland. Closer on Green Moon. What? It's just what the script says, guys. Don't bully me. At first, we see nothing unusual or suspicious. Jesus, Frosty, you're not saying anything. Then pulling closer, we see that the top of the moon is covered with moon camouflage netting. How are you meant to camouflage a moon? And then, oh wait, no, it's alright. I don't know. And underneath it is a huge cache of futuristic weapons. This is the Autobot staging ground for an assault on Cybertron. Fucking yeah, you better be sorry for us. Dolly through the complex until we arrive at a command center, where several Autobots peer into monitors. We're running constant surveillance on Cybertron. Angle on Ironhide. He peers into a monitor. As he speaks, we see the monitor pan to... oh fucking hell. Pan to an area where a huge Decepticon symbol is emblazoned on Cybertron. Ironhide. Every time I look into this thing, my circuits sizzle. I'm tired of this waiting game, Prime. When are we gonna start busting Deceptichops? Angle on Optimus Prime. He stands over a holographic map which shows various invasion plans for Cybertron. We still don't have enough Energon cubes to power a full-scale assault. Ironhide. Then let me make another run to Autobot City on Earth. I'll bring you back more cubes and you'll know what to do with. Angle on Prime. He solemnly hands down an order. Prime, alright. Ready the shuttle for launch. Angle on Ironhide. He raises his fist in a war whoop. Ironhide, you. Looking into monitor. Your days are numbered now, Deceptor creeps. A small moon, mountain. Ironhide transforms and races towards a mountain, which stands about a half mile from the secret Autobot facility. Optimus Prime, VO. Huh? Ah, fuck. Jazz. You like Jazz? Report security status. Command center. Angle on the consoles. Jazz. No sign of Decepticons in this sector. Prime. What about Moonbase 2? Jazz to Moonbase 2. Oh, fuck. Motherfucking Christ. Pan up and through the sky to another moon. This is the second moon. It's much closer to Cybertron than the first one. This is where Bumblebee and Spike are stationed. Jazz VO. Jazz to Moonbase 2. Angle and Bumblebee and Spike. They stand together. Communication console. Spike is now 35 years old. Spike's a cool name for cool people. Oh, okay. Spike is now 35 years old. Bumblebee looks as he has always looked, save for a complete couple of funny bumper stickers on his tail. I Heart Cybertron. I Club Decepticons. Bumblebee and Spike here. We're about to send up the bird. Any Decepticon shenanigans on you. This spelled shenanigans wrong. That makes me angry. In your sector. Bumblebee, all clear. Chance. Pause. Spike. Hey, Ironhide. Tell my son Daniel I miss him. And tell him I'll be coming home as soon as we've kicked Megatron's tail across the galaxy. Cut to the shuttle. Ironhide and Prowl sit at the control, running a city of pre-launch tests. Ironhide, Will Do Spike, Angle on Prime, Cliffjumper on the others, standing at the command center, watching. Prime, commence countdown, Cliffjumper. I don't think this is the first one. Yeah, whatever. It's the one that I got, so whatever. Prime, commence countdown, Cliffjumper 5, 4, 3, 2. The lunar mountain. Suddenly, smoke starts pouring out of the mountain. 1. Then the mountain, which must be made of paper mache or something, blows away, revealing the shuttle. The lift off. Suddenly, the shuttle rips out of the ground in a ball of fire. As it takes off, we realize this isn't any dinky shuttle, but a massive ship capable of carrying all the energon needed to fight a war and an army to boot. The screen is bathed in smoke of fire, which slowly clears. Angle on Prime. As he watches the shuttle shoot into the distance. Prime. Now all I need is a little energon and a lot of luck. Angle behind Prime. We see a bank of computers. Suddenly a small tape deck pops open. A cassette pops out and transforms into Laser Break. Flies away unseen. Dissolve to space. Later, the shuttle hurtles through a massive asteroid field. Prowl, VO, slow down, Ironhide. We want to get to the Autobot city in one piece. God, I'm so bored of this already. Why do I say I'll read these scripts? Cut to the shuttle. Ironhide is at the controls. Ironhide. If I could just... Oh, fucking hell. I want to go watch Netflix. If I can dodge the Decepticon rays, I could shoot and dodge a couple of asteroids. Suddenly, there is a terrible bang on the side of the ship, and the two Autobots are thrown from their seats. Prowl, you were saying Ironhide, that was an asteroid. There's a blast of light, and we turn to see Angle on the ship. I can't stop now. I'm already 12 minutes into this. Fucking hell. The most powerful laser light anybody's ever seen cuts a gaping hole into the ship. Then the light clears. A panel of the ship falls in, and we see Megatron in all of his glory. Megatron, die, Autobots. Then he transforms to gun mode, spins into Starscream's arms, and Starscream fires. Brawn is cut in half by Megatron's blast of Prowl. A scavenger melts him down. The Insecticons eat away at the hole in the shuttle to make way for an army of other Decepticons, including Laser Break, who enter firing. Ironhide and Ratchet were firing back, are fused together, then blasted apart and fall into smoking, glowing fragments of Starscream and Megatron. Holy shit, I want to see this film. That sounds amazing. What the fuck? Holy shit, this sounds so cool. As they enter the now empty ship, the number of Decepticons flood past them, taking positions and searching for other living Autobots. Megatron, this was almost too easy, Starscream. Much easier, almighty Megatron, than attacking the rear threat, right? The Autobots' moon base. Megatron, you're an idiot, Starscream. Were we simply to wipe out that minuscule base, we could build another one. But when we slip by the security systems in their own ship and destroy Autobot City, the Autobots will be vanquished forever. Ironhide, fat chance, Megatron. Ironhide pulls himself up and grabs onto Megatron. He flings him against the wall. Megatron, such heroic nonsense. Dissolve to next Earth, closed shot, miniature radar screen. A child's hand holds a scanner device which tracks a travelling blip across the star map towards a pulsing dot which represents the Earth. Ooh, Daniel, the shuttle just zipped past checkpoint Zeta on Daniel. Daniel, a classic 12-year-old American boy, watches the portable viewer, which is like an oversized Boy Scout compass. Wide and shot show he is at an old-fashioned fishing hole on Earth, surrounded by weeping willows, assorted trees and shrubs, and that his fishing pole is stuck in the dirt, the line floating lazily out on the water. Daniel, let's try and land it, Hot Rod. Maybe this is a film after a TV series. Shit, I'm not like 30 years old, I don't know. Shit up, fuck off for us, 1v1 me. Wide and shot, yeah. As Daniel runs, this small skateboard-like device hits a button and watches. It transforms into a hoverboard and rides it like a surfer up a steep, grassy hillside. Change angle to feature Hot Rod, an adolescent Autobot. He is in robot mode, sitting with his fishing rod held between two fingers, looking bored with all. Hot Rod, talk about dull, then he tosses the rod into the water. And Daniel riding his hoverboard up the hill. Daniel, coy, excited. Oh god, stop yawning. Hurry, or we'll miss it, Hot Rod. Lopes up the hill after Daniel. Hot Rod, if you're gonna ride, Dano, ride in style. Hot Rod catches up with Daniel, scoops him off his hoverboard, transforms to automatic mode and rides over Creston Hill with Daniel in the front seat. Another angle on Autobot City. Follow Hot Rod up and over a roadway leading around the prawns of Autobot City, which becomes visible the instant Hot Rod clears the rim of a hill. As they travel, we should also be getting the sense of what Autobot City is all about. Designer, Autobot City looks like a federal energy product gone mad. Here the Autobots are trying to exploit every known means of getting energy. The mountain is covered with solar panels, windmills spinning valley oil. Derrick's pump. And not far away a hydroelectric dam, which a dam catches millions of volts. Near all of these very things are energon compressors, which turn the raw energy into energon cubes. What even are energon cubes? I'm going to do a quick Google. Energon cube. Yeah, those are cool. That works. Another Hot Rod catches up with Daniel, scoops him off his hoverboard. In the background of these scenes, we should see various panel truck type Autobots cruise up in auto mode to stacks of this energon, convert to humanoid mode, load up their vans, then convert to auto mode again, and drive the energon into Autobot City. In short, it should be clear that the purpose of Autobot City is to harvest energy. All the while, Hot Rod and Daniel are riding recklessly out from the Autobot City and into neighbouring hills for an overview of the circular landing area, which resides within the bowl created by the city structure and natural surroundings. Daniel, hey, let me out. Hot Rod, why settle for a peak when you can see everything from Lookout Mountain? Daniel, we're not supposed to go beyond city limits. Hot Rod, Chromo Chicken, and Cup and other Autobots. Cup, a grizzled old soldier of an Autobot, directing the positioning of a large metal road barricade. Fuck directing. Hot Rod barrels through a sign which reads, "Stop, this area is off limits," almost knocking Cup over in dust and wind. Cup disgustedly watches Hot Rod drive up the mountain. Cup, to sound like swearing, Cam, busting turbo revving young punk. Cut to mountain above Autobot City. Lookout point. Hot Rod arrives at a viewing platform carved in mountains, transforms. Humanoid mode. Daniel rushes to a set of public viewing binoculars and peers into them. Hot Rod, this is it. Now take a squint through those babies. Now I want to see this Daniel kid looking through babies. Daniel, Hot Rod, look, there's a hole in the shuttle. Hot Rod, well, Daniel's POV, binocular mat. the shuttle. The whole Megatron blasted in order to get into the shuttle as the otherwise perfect exterior of the ship. Angle on Daniel and Hot Rod. Hot Rod looks up and a pair of futuristic binoculars pop out of his eyes. Hot Rod's POV, the shuttle. Hot Rod's vision, now infinitely better than human vision, spots something truly disturbing. Starscream and several Constructicons inside the ship. Hot Rod. Decepticons. Angle on Hot Rod, drawing his gun, he starts firing on the shuttle. Hot Rod, this is for Ironhide. And so is this. Angle on the shuttle, race straight through the whole searing. Starscream ducks away from the door. Starscream, I'm hit. Angle on Megatron, standing behind a pair of Decepticons to pilot the shuttle. He turns to see the Constructicons firing out of the hole. Megatron is furious. Megatron, you imbecile, our cover is blown. Starscream, it was your stupid strategy. Whatever. Angle on Cup, construction crew. Cup and the Autobot construction crew watch Hot Rod shooting at the shuttle. Cup, what's that darn fool doing? Hound looks up and points. Decepticons. Angle on the shuttle, suddenly it cracks open and Decepticons shoot out of the record like toys from a pinata. I thought you put candies in a pinata. Close. Megatron in midair. Megatron shouts into forces. Attack. He looks down and fires. Hot Rod and Daniel. Hot Rod pulls Daniel back as Megatron's blast shears off the viewing platform, which crumbles and falls down the steep platform. Now, Hot Rod, hang on. Putting Daniel under one arm, he pivots and kicks up at Huck and Scavenger, who are descending on him in humanoid mode, causing them both to crash against the mountain side, which starts a landslide, which Hot Rod rides down the slope, pursued by Decepticon fire. Hot Rod shouted, whoa, 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 whoa. Angle on mountain, on bottom of mountain slope. Blitzwing. Heard. Blitzwing. Flies down in jet mode, transforms to robot mode, looks up at the slide riding Hot Rod, and Daniel transforms to tank mode and takes aim. Amused, come on down, Autobrat, on Hot Rod and Daniel. As Hot Rod tumbles, he covers Daniel with his arms and tries unsuccessfully to slow his fall. Hot Rod, eeeeee. Why with a bunch of eyes? How am I meant to say that? Eeeeee. On Blitzwing, about to fire when Cup's arm descends into shot. Spin Blitzwing's turret around. Blitzwing's blast scorches Shrapnel, who is flying nearby. Blitzwing transforms to robot mode and turns as Cup comes flying feet first into Blitzwing, knocking him off the mountain edge. Follow Cup as he lands in front of Hot Rod, who is just coming to a stop at the bottom with Daniel. Hot Rod, now back for an old time, not bad for an old timer. Cup gruffly, old timer, that's something you'll never be. That's something you'll never be if you don't get back to the city. You know what we used to do with cocky and subordinate upstarts. Hot Rod interrupted, save it. Starscream, transforming into jet mode, fires on them with laser bursts, which chalk the ground beside them. Hot Rod and Cup, with Daniel race. Hot Rod and Cup with Daniel race toward Autobot City, transforming into vehicle mode as shots gouge the terrain around them. Cut to Perceptor. Perceptor, what a stupid name. In microscope mode on battlements of Autobot City. Microscope mode. He watches Perceptor's POV, the Decepticon attack. Megatron, Insecticons, Constructicons, and other Decepticons forces attack the city from the sky ground. Who are the Insecticons and Constructicons? I should watch this film. Perceptor transforms to humanoid and runs towards 3 new Autobots. Kree, a lovely female Autobot of about Hot Rod's age. Springer, a very muscular and bantering Indiana Jones type Autobot. Banter in it. It's Bants in it. Frost. Daniel isn't a transmorpher, he's a normal person, for fuck's sake. He's a 12-year-old boy. God, it's like you've never seen the film, even though I was just talking about how I haven't, and I really should watch it. 3 new Autobots, a Kree, a lovely eye, and Ultra Magnus, the large and soldiery city commander. Perceptor, Ultra Magnus, a cursory evaluation of Decepticon ability, capability, and indicates distinct tactical deficit. Ultra Magnus, in other words, Perceptor, Springer, translating, or outnumbered. He turns and fires from his hip. Dirge and jet mode zooms into strafe as Springer's blast explodes on his wingtip. Springer, Ultra Magnus, and others, as Decepticon bombs and laser fire pours in on the city. Pours. The laser fire pours in on the fucking hell, I'm an idiot. Daniel doesn't transform into a tank. Let me go back so I can say Daniel doesn't transform into a tank. It was fucking Blitzwing, you idiot. Fucking hell, Frost. 3 new ords. Yeah. Where was I? He turns and fires from his hip. Dirge and Jetman zooms into strafe as Springer's blast explodes on his wingtip. Springer, Ultra Magnus, and others, as Decepticon bombs and laser fire pours in on the city. Ultra Magnus, Springer, Kree, transform Autobot City. High angle, looking down on Courtyard, tracking Springer and a Kree. Starscream, pathetic falls. Starscream transforms and hovers in robot mode, flying all around them as they dive for the switch and pull it down. Starscream, there's no escape. Just then, the floor of the courtyard starts transforming. The center line of the floor snaps shut like the halves of a gigantic steel-shelled clam, trapping Starscream's foot. Starscream. My foot. That was predictable line. Angle and Springer and Kree as they make it through an archway which transforms into a steel shield as they run through. On Starscream, his foot still caught in the clam of the courtyard. He struggles to get free before he is crunched by the still transforming city. Holy shit, that's dark. Oh shit. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, fuck. In the nick of time, he shoots a shoehorn-like projection from his wrist and pulls his boot free, then dodges away. Clam shape retracts completely and more armoured shielding slides into place to cover where the courtyard was. He winces in midair and flies away as the city continues to transform to a fortress below. Another angle of the transforming city. The towers and buildings of the city, Picote, shops, and retract and speak French, withdrawing like periscopes, turning and vanishing into steel shield coverings. On Megatron, as he flies over scene, blasting this way and that, shouting, breach their defences. On Insecticons, they were trailing Megatron, attack the fast closing city. That reminds me, those bugs things in Halo 3, God, they're so fucking annoying. Jesus Christ. Probably weren't just in Halo 3, but still, you know. Jumping about everywhere. Just, they made the most annoying noises too. Take the first. On Insecticons, a trailing Megatron attack the fast closing city, trying to gnaw and devour their way through the ports and bridges leading inside. Kickback chewing on jam of doorway near bridge. Delicious air shrapnel chewing on drawbridge to city. A little heavy on the electrons. Okay, zoom up to Cup, Hot Rod and Daniel. As Cup and Hot Rod are racing down mountain toward the transforming city's drawbridge. Cup, the Insecticons are in our way. Hot Rod, wrong, they're our way in. Yeah. Okay, another angle. Hot Rod speeds up, passes Cup, and rides up and over Kickback's back, using it like a stunt driver's ramp to hurtle across the open space between Kickback and the doorway into the city on shrapnel. As shrapnel locks up and reacts, Cup hurtles over and Kickback's back just as Kickback is starting to rise to see what knocked him face down onto the bridge in the first place. Cup goes sailing Ottova. Open space between Kickback's back and the doorway into the city, clobbering shrapnel who is in the way and landing on the city doorstep, driving in as the doorway transforms, shutting down with the metal shields with a clank sound. As Kickback and shrapnel both sleep at is to by sound as Kickback and shrapnel both leap at is to bite Cup and Hot Rod and instead break the teeth of the steel door, falling face down with the grunt as the last bits of the city transform. Jesus Christ, the script is written so terrible. Cut to into the city of the side drawbridge as Cup and Hot Rod roll in and transform, where Ultra Magnus is waiting for them with Perceptor. Other Autobots are moving into battle stations in the PG and alarm sound. The PGs. Daniel looks on in awe. Ultra Magnus. You can explain your security violation later, Hot Rod. Now man your battle station, Hot Rod. I don't have to explain my so-called violation to you or anyone. Cup took him along roughly. He said, later. Cup moves off with Hot Rod and Daniel. Cut to blaster of fortified crow's nest lookout tower. The crow's nest has windows all around and Blaster's seats rotates so he can watch all action and broadcast battle reports like a top 40 DJ. Perceptor climbs up a ladder into crow's nest from lower level as Blaster speaks. We see Decepticons firing out the window of the crow's nest, but the boats explode harmlessly against the glass. Blaster, look out and shout, yow! Explosions rock the crow's nest. Blaster swivels around and tilts to see Blaster's POV. Insecticons cheering on armor plating at the lower edge of the fortified transformed city. Blaster activates turret. Tight police cannon. Blaster gonna lay some slugs on those overweight bugs. That could be turned into a rap, yo. Gonna lay some slugs on those overweight bugs, yeah. Fires laser cannon circles. Laser blast cooks out and we follow it off screen too. The insect comes as the laser blast hurls a bombshell up and out of sight and causes shrapnel and kickback to get sucked into the vacuum. Blaster Perceptor joins him. Blaster joyful at his direct hit. And talking hits here. Autobodies hits with capital H. Alright. So, joyful at his direct hit. I'm talking hits here. Autobodies hits with a capital H, like in hard, heavy entities Perceptor. Hey Perceptor, what's shaking, other than this fortress? Blasts of enemy fire continue to rock the crow's nest as Perceptor answers. Perceptor, Blaster, Ultra Magnus sends orders to contact Optimus Prime for reinforcement. Blaster, alright, cover your receptors. Perceptor, Blaster transforms to Ghetto Blaster mode and broadcasts visible waves. The waves rise and expand into space. Optimus Prime, do you read me? The Decepticons are blitzing Autobot City. You mean sieging or whatever, I don't know. We're really taking a pounding. Don't know how much longer we can hold out. Our waves spreading through space. Cut to Megatron leading assaults and transformed Autobot City. He's firing at armored door, trying to melt through. When he reacts to the sound of Blaster's broadcast for help, stop and looks at Opera Crow's Nest. Megatron, Soundwave, jam that transmission on Soundwave. Soundwave moves forward and starts heaving cassettes upwards towards Blaster's Crow's Nest position. Soundwave, rumble, frenzy, ravage, ratback, eject. Ratback, operation interface. Accept as they transform and attack Crow's Nest, and rumble as he starts pile drive pollution. The Crow's Nest windows. Rumble. First crack the shell, then we crack the nuts inside. Inside Crow's Nest, as Blaster and Perceptor see Rumble and others and react. Blaster stops broadcasting. Blaster, we got critters knocking on the window and Rumble as he cracks through glass. And you know they're swarming and attack Perceptor. He tries to beat them away. Perceptor, run Blaster, save yourself. Blaster, no way to play. That should be a rap too. Whatever I said earlier. What did I think? Whatever. Oh yeah, gonna lay some slugs on those overweight bugs. And then you go. Pick it out. No way to play. Gonna lay some slugs on some overweight bugs. No way to play. Yeah. See? Hella rap. I'll make the blacks jealous. On Blaster as he spews out cassettes which transform into Cubby, a lion, Stripes, a tiger, Stinger, a scorpion, a Bolt, a small tough robot. Oh, poor guy. Blaster sick of a rumble as Cubby takes him down by the foot, turning him over and over. Stripes as he snaps at Ratbat, who screams and darts, trying to escape as we move to Stinger and Bolt. As Bolt swats Frenzy into Stinger, who jabs Stinger into Frenzy, making him meow and run. Perceptor and Blaster as they fight the Decepticons. Perceptor, you think you got through to Prime? Blaster, let's hope so, because if I didn't, we're gonna look like burnt out toast roll and ovens. Cut to long shot. Autobot city besieged. The city shows gaps, dents, smoking holes, and Decepticons continue to pump fire into it and get back sporadic return fire from inside. As Megatron moves into shot, it fills the screen. Oh shit, I think I might do this as a two-parter. I'm not going to manage to read the entire script. Megatron Constructions merge for the Constructicons merge for the kill. In pillbox like gun emplacement in the city armored war, where Springer and Arcree clear the twisted remains of Autobot defenders away from a catapult like torpedo launcher. POV through launch port. We see the mountain where the Decepticons are getting ready for the final charge. Springer, great. Megatron's making its big push, and we can't even push. It's struggling to turn catapult around to re-aim it. Back, Arcree starts to push beside him. The huge catapult moves slowly as we change angle. Then Cup, Hot Rod, and Daniel enter shot. Cup, keep at it, Springer lad. Helps at hand to Hot Rod together now. Hot Rod joins the others in pushing the huge catapult into firing position. Daniel also leans against it, his small legs turning. The catapult starts moving easily now. On a creep beside Hot Rod, pushing on the busted catapult. Pushing manages to speak to Hot Rod. She likes him, but doesn't want to go too far. I was afraid you'd be trapped outside the city walls. Hot Rod likes her too, but tries to be cool and collected. Hey, I wasn't worried for a microsecond. Arcree enjoying letting him have it. And you probably didn't understand the situation. Before Hot Rod can react, Cup steps back from reposition. Catapult Cup, that did it. Daniel at launch pod, opening in pillbox through which the catapult on fire. Daniel, Cup, Hot Rod, look, he points the POV, the Constructicons, as they start linking themselves together into enormous Devastator. As he rises and starts firing, hammering, tearing away at the metal shield which creates armored walls of the transformed city. Widened shots include Megatron, Starscream, Dirge, Dirge. They want to join my free gift card giveaways, named Dirge, as they line up behind Devastator firing into the city, ready to follow Devastator inside when he has torn the roof off. Let's Springer, Arcree, Hot Rod, Cup, and Catapult. As Springer loads torpedoes onto Catapult like a sling. Springer, I've got better things to do today than die. Wow. He fires Catapult, angle on Catapult, as it hurls flaming torpedo bombs one after the other out the launch pods. We follow them to Megatron and other Decepticons, waiting for Devastator to open the way as a succession of torpedo bombs explode, knocking them aside. Some of the torpedo bombs strike Devastator and explode harmlessly. Devastator as Devastator continues to grunt and tear off armored layers of the city. He grabs Hot Rod and Cup and starts to crush them. Arcree, Hot Rod, cut to X, the edge of the Earth's atmosphere. Fucking hell, this is an action-packed film already. As Optimus Prime space shuttle hurtles in. Inside the space shuttle, Optimus Prime with Dinobots. Dinobots destroy Devastator. Grimlock Love Challenge. Dinobots transform into huge mode, humanoid mode, and with Grimlock at the front, fly to the shuttle in wedge formation, blasting in unison. follow Dinobots in as they transform again, and in Dino Mode, swoop over to Devastator. Devastator roars towards the Dinobots. Their battle shakes the earth. Buckling city walls menacing the Autobots inside. Hot Rod and Cup are released during the struggle, anger on the Dinobots as they try to destroy Devastator. Their strength is more than matched and soon they are overwhelmed by him. Next, the battle moments later. Prime stands outside the dented shuttle with Sunstreaker and Hound. As he talks, he shoots at a swarm of Decepticons who battle their way towards him. Prime, Megatron must be stopped. Pause. Prime's POV, Megatron. The Decepticon leader stands 100 yards away, vanishing and reappearing with the shifting waves of generic Decepticons that charge back and forth, no matter the cost. Prime's charge, a series of shots, a series of tubes more like. Prime's charge, the heroic battle theme song. Optimus Prime, leader and hero of the Autobots, charges into certain doom as he battles his way through the Decepticons. We hear an inspiring anthem of courage strengthened and triumph like Eye of the Tiger. This theme will reprise during the film when the Autobots are battling at impossible odds. He charges heading into the Decepticon forces, which separate him from Megatron. Decepticons fire on him when he takes the shots, and spinning and whirling like a Sundance Kid, he takes a lot. Then Decepticons attempt to block his charge. Prime, like a power pack, transforms to Trope Mode and powers into them, sending Decepticons flying around like shards of glass hit by a .45. Yeah, that sounds like fun for a kids film. Finally, he's engulfed by an incoming swarm, and it looks like his attack is foiled. Megatron, as he commands his troops. Megatron, their defenses are broken. Let the slaughter begin. Then he turns and sees Prime smashing through a wall of lesser Decepticons. Prime, one shall stand, one shall fall. Close on Megatron, his eyes blazing with hatred. Megatron, why throw away your life so recklessly? On Optimus Prime, Dirge, wanna join my free? Shrug it away. Takes a sneaky leap at him. Optimus stiff-arms him with a shuddering clank and turns him upside down with one hand and drives him headfirst into the rocky ground, letting him crumple and fall. Optimus Prime, that's a question you should ask yourself. Megatron hurls himself at Optimus Prime. Both tumble into the walls of the city, denting the walls, causing the electronic panels inside short circuit, surrounding them with a fiery nimbus of cracking electrical energy. Ultra Magnus in car carrier mode barrels out of the city, carrying several Autobots. He and the others transform into robot mode and fire lasers into other Decepticons. Intercut to Hot Rod, Cup, and Daniel agree, Blaster, Perceptor, fighting their way to the Battle of the Titans. Hot Rod, we've got to save Prime. Punching Cup, that's his fight, lad, stay away. Shooting and charging. Anger on Optimus and Megatron. Megatron attempts to kick Prime in the throat kick. Prime catches his foot, twists it, and hurls Megatron backwards into a metal pile. Megatron grabs a jagged spear-like piece of steel and hurls it at Prime. The steel spear pierces his side and sticks in him as he charges Megatron, dodging shots from Megatron's gun to deliver a huge uppercut. which lifts Megatron into the air so high that his head butts sharply against overhanging concrete balcony, smashing him down. Megatron lands and stealthily slips a laser dagger from his boots, turning and slashing at Prime. As he comes for him, tearing a gash across Prime's midsection, which spews smoke and sparks, and dropping Prime to one knee. Megatron, gloating, farewell Prime, as Megatron hurls the laser dagger as we change angle to Optimus Prime. As he lifts chunks of broken concrete and catches the laser dagger on it, tossing it aside as he lunges at Megatron, who claws his fingers and digs them into Prime's eyes. Oof. Megatron, I'll rip out your optics. Optimus grabs Megatron's clawed hand in one of his hands, twists it in seesawing test of strength, which Optimus wins in a judo toss, which sends Megatron skidding face first through steel rubble in a shower of sparks until he crashes into the side of the city. Angle on Hot Rod, he dispatches a Decepticon and turns to Prime. Hot Rod, dead, showing him Optimus Cup, knocks two Decepticons on their tails and turns. Cup, finish him off, Prime. Do it now. On Megatron as he spots a gun on the ground ahead of him. Megatron, no more Optimus Prime. Grant me mercy, I beg of you. Another angle featuring Optimus Prime and Hot Rod, as Optimus warily leans down to look at the carrying Megatron, keeping him in his gun sights. Optimus Prime, you who are without mercy, now plead for it. I thought you were made of sterner stuff, Megatron. Fucking shoot him, Optimus. Just fucking blow his brains out if he has any. Wait, I like Megatron. Hot Rod, as he sees Megatron go for the gun and leaps out to grapple with him. Prime, out of the way, Hot Rod. Megatron and Hot Rod. As Hot Rod grabs for the blaster, Megatron grips against Hot Rod in headlock, and using Hot Rod as a shield, gets the gun and blasts Prime in the wound he'd made with his laser dagger. Fucking Hot Rod, dude. Optimus Prime, his midsection now glowing and smoking. A huge hole where the blaster has struck. On Megatron, firing blaster again and again. Megatron, fall. Megatron tosses Hot Rod aside like a ragdoll and stands above the dying Prime. Megatron, I would have waited an eternity for this. Crawl, slave, on your knees. On Optimus Prime, as he gathers his remaining strength and smashes Megatron with both his fists clasped together. Optimus Prime, gasping painfully, never. Patches in Megatron's torso, casing fracturing the side, which splits, spinning wires, fuses, lights, circuitry. Megatron falls. Prime falls to his knees, tries to rise, collapses to his side, and falls slowly back. Hot Rod runs over to Hot Rod. Optimus, forgive me. Another angle. Megatron. Starscream, another Decepticon stand over the smoking body. Starscream, sarcastic, filled with false sympathy. How do you feel, mighty Megatron? He kicks Megatron. Megatron, weak, clutching at Starscream's hand, gasping. Enshrine me. Starscream drops Megatron's hand coldly, calls the two other Decepticons. Take this scrap to Cybertron. Astro Train. Transform and get us out of here. Another angle. Astro Train. As he moves onto the scene in humanoid mode, showing battle burns and scars, then it converts to train mode and rolls through a crowd of generic Decepticons. Was Starscream a good guy this whole time? Well, as he makes his way towards Starscream, angle on the Exodus. Ramjet, Thrust, Dirge, Constructicons, Soundwave, and his cassettes et al. Run towards Astro's Train. Angle and Cup and Akri. They fight for a moment, then they notice their attackers are beating feet. Akri, the Decepticons are retreating. Cup, Prime did it, he turned the tide. He shoots into a crowd of Decepticons who fight each other for a place on the shuttle. Angle and Starscream, dragging Megatron by one leg, carelessly disregarding the way Megatron's head and upper body bumping and knocks from dragging. The Autobots fire after them, closing ranks on the shuttle and pouring shots into the melee. Angle and Astrotrain, Decepticons make way for Starscream as he tosses the nearly lifeless Megatron into the shuttle and gets in. And standing at the door, he kicks other Decepticons out of the way. Starscream, Astrotrain take off. Angle on Astrotrain. The shuttle takes off, leaving a number of generic Decepticons behind, who immediately raise their hands up, realizing that they are surrounded by Autobots. Optimus Prime, as he lies on an improvised platform of fusion of electricity discharging tubes and plasma bottle devices, looks up to his arms and into his gaping middle wound. Scanners amid bleeps and show oscilloscopic patterns, but sounds and wave patterns are steadily growing weaker and weaker. Perceptor is bent over Prime in microscope mode, examining him. He then transforms and straightens up, his voice strained and cracking with emotion. Perceptor, I fear the wounds are... He can't finish what he's going to say. Intercut to Hot Rod, Cup, Akri, Daniel, and another robot, Autobots as they react. Optimus Prime, using remaining strength to make himself heard. Autobots, do not grieve. Soon I shall be one with the Matrix. Hot Rod, a flash of hope. Prime looks up at Prime. His POV, Prime. Optimus Prime. His head is turned so all assembled can see. His eyes flicker weakly. His voice rumbles with overtone and for vast weariness and resignation. Optimus Prime reaches up with right hand with great effort. Ultra Magnus, it is to you, old friend, I shall pass the Matrix, as it was passed to me. Oof, my back. Oof, my back. Oh. Another angle featuring Ultra Magnus as he steps forward, unwilling, mixed grief and surprise on his face. Magnus, Prime, I'm just a soldier. I'm not worthy. Gasping. Prime gasping. Nor was I. But one day an Autobot shall rise from our ranks and use the powers of the Matrix to light our darkest hour. Tight shot. Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is tilted into half-sitting position by other Autobots, manipulating the platform as Ultra Magnus grasps his hand with great emotion. Optimus Prime, voice failing, pressing on with it until that day, until all are one. Continue the struggle. Sags, grasps, hanging on. Transfer the matrix of leadership. Titan shots on Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime. A distraught Ultra Magnus nods, reaches out with free hand and points his forefinger at Optimus Prime's chest. Then pressing the button on Prime's chest, a small secret doorway opens as we see something extremely bright glowing in there. Ultra Magnus, nearly blinded by the intense light, reaches in and lifts out the Autobot leadership matrix and holds it for a moment in his hand. Angle on all, the bright light which emanates from perfect crystal seems to blind everybody and washes all colour out of the shot. And slowly Ultra Magnus moves it into his own chest, closes the door, the light is gone, save for a momentary and extremely powerful glow from his eyes. On Cup, Hot Rod, Akri, and Perceptor, they are all full of great sorrow. Prime, he dies. All of his lights glow out, including his eyes. That's where I'm going to leave it for now, because I am bored of this, I guess. And I'll be doing part 2 whenever I remember that I did